Hi, Jason Pilgrim here from the Profitable Practice podcast, where we help allied health professionals just like you empower and inspire the lives of so many more people by building bigger and better businesses. Let's go and get stuck in right now.
Hi guys, welcome to another Profitable Practice podcast, and you might wonder why it sounds like I'm whispering a little bit, and well, to be totally honest, I am. I'm going to give you the two tips, the two things that you need to know and be aware of and capitalize on when inspiration hits. Now, I'll put a bit of a context around this. I'm currently away on holidays with my family. I'm up in Port Douglas. Beautiful Port Douglas. We're actually at the Ramada, and I'm not sure whether anyone's been here. You might be sitting there going, oh, I've been there. Beautiful resort, and down the middle of the resort is like a walk bridge between all the little bits of waterfalls and running rivers and all that type of stuff. And the pool's right down the back. We've got the accommodation blocks on all the way down the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the resort. Now, the reason why I'm whispering a little bit, I still think this is kind of funny. It's actually 10 to 1 in the morning, and I'm just out here. It's beautiful. I've got a t-shirt and shorts on, but it was kind of funny because probably the last week, I've had 2 or 3 clients talk to me about the fact of what do they do when like inspiration hits. One of them, and Johnny was out there, this is probably about a week ago, and he was out with his family. He had a father-in-law, I think it was father-in-law or his uncle. We're out to dinner for their birthday. It was midweek. It was, 8 o'clock at night. And he just had this inspiration about something he needed to do with work. He needed to be able to, had this great idea, wanted to step it out, didn't want to waste time on it, try and rip in and go from there. And he said, I was sort of stuck. Do I pull out my phone, type it up? Do I, what do I do? And how do we, sort of curb that so that we can actually, get it happening on my default diary type of thing? And anyway, I've had 2 or 3 of those scenarios in the last week or 2 with clients talking to me about it. And funnily enough, it was 1:45 in the morning a few moments ago. I woke up and I went to the bathroom, had a drink of water, and I literally had this idea about something I want to run out. So I've started to think about it, and I thought, actually, before I do it, I'm going to cut a podcast. So I've just grabbed my stuff. I've walked outside with the key. I'm not locked out, so that's a good thing. And I'm actually now, they've got this like little set, I don't know, it's not like a business centre, it's just this little place where it's probably more of a reading nook with a couple of chairs and that. And I'll on the YouTube side of this, I'll just put I'll put a couple of little bits of footage in there so you know what I'm sort of explaining. I've got these beautiful little lounge chairs. Now the thing with this resort is that because it's all cyclone proof, so its reception is really, really poor. But they have really good Wi-Fi in this centre and also about 50 metres away in the pool area and the restaurants, etc. So I've just gone, well, bugger it, you know what? I'm just going to grab my podcast gear. I'm going to come out here, and even though everyone's probably inside their room sound asleep, I'm still not laughing. I'm laughing too, but I'm still whispering, I guess, because it just feels a bit weird to be cutting a podcast at 10 to 1 in the morning. But what I wanted to be able to tell you was sometimes when inspiration hits, right? And we've got to be ready to capitalize on that. We can't be sitting back and saying, oh, no, I've got to do it on Tuesday at 11 o'clock, or it's on my default diary for, Friday because Friday's my admin time and I don't see clients on Friday and I've got to do it, blah, blah, blah. Because let's be honest, some of your best stuff, some of your absolute gold content, value for clients, business development opportunities, new programs, things like that are going to hit at the most inopportune times. The times that you sit there and go, no, not now. And this happens with a lot of things in life, not just in and around inspiration for moving forward. There's a little bird in the background here. I don't know what it's doing up this late, but anyway. And so here's the thing. There's 2 major parts to this. One is to capitalize on this. I think it's really, really important. Number 1 is to understand that when inspiration hits, when you have an idea, when you have a thought, don't suppress it. Whatever you do, don't suppress it and go, I'll deal with it later. It's literally something you've got to do then and there, because your brain opens up these avenues for a reason. And we all know how forgetful we can be. You might be on a call with someone and you try and use someone's name, and then you go, oh, I can't think of that guy's name. It'll come to me later. No sooner do you hang up the phone, you walk away from that conversation and you remember the person's name. So it works that way, but also works in reverse, where you're thinking of something and then, 2 or 3 hours later, or maybe the next day, you're sitting down to step out and you can't remember the gold. You can't remember the absolute gold avenue of what you were doing and what it meant and how it was going to come together. Now, I get this all the time with putting together presentations, doing, I do weekly webinars with our tribe. I'm always on stages doing conferences and keynote presentations, and sometimes we'll be prepping a big 2 or 3 day conference 6 weeks or 8 weeks in advance, and we'll start that process. Now, if I get a really good avenue about one of the sessions 4 weeks in advance and it's 11 o'clock at night, I'll grab a pen and paper or my iPad or whatever it is. I have been known to grab a pen at a bar before and grab a napkin and literally scribble some things down, fold the napkin up into my pocket and keep it till the next day and step it out. Because while you have the thought, you've got to capitalize on, because it happens so easily where if I didn't do that, and everyone's the same, you'll go back at that, look at it the next day or at a more opportunistic time, a more appropriate time, and you'll be there going, oh, I can't remember, and it just doesn't feel right. And you all know what I'm talking about, right? You'll go and do something and it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't, I had more and I thought about it last night, or it just doesn't sound as great because I just don't have the connection. I'm not thinking. You don't have the right synapse happening in the brain to pull all that together. It just doesn't feel right. It feels clunky, right? And we lose so much of the power or the value or the benefit because we didn't capitalize on it at the time. So rule number 1 with this, guys, is you've got to capitalize when your brain's hot, when you've got that thought, that process. Let's get it done. If it means you have to grab a pen from a bar, then that's what you need to do. Got to capitalize on the inspiration when it hits, guys. No other way around it. Now I've got to make sure I'm not getting too loud here because it's about 5 to 1 in the morning now. But sitting here in these really comfy chairs, actually, it's getting a little bit cold, but beautiful little view out there with some rocks and running water and things like that. And it's kind of surreal, to be totally honest. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning and cutting a podcast. But then again, inspiration hits, and when it hits, you got to capitalize, right? And I've got to get this other work done just quickly and get these thought processes down while I've got it there as well. So part number 2 to this is make sure that you always have the appropriate utensils, material, supplies and that type of stuff to be creative when you need to be creative. So a great example, really simple, is myself right now. Everywhere I go, even when I'm on family holidays, I make sure that I have my iPad with me. I make sure that I have, something like my Osmo Pocket, for instance, because I can do 4K video with stabilizing, and it's literally like the size of a clenched fist. It's tiny, it's probably width of 2 fingers together, 4K video and all that. So I can do that whenever I need to. I have my little Zoom microphone and lapel microphone like I'm using right now, so I can just literally bang, turn it on, and cut a podcast if I need to. So it means it. And I did this probably about 2 weeks ago, and I was in another state before I came on holidays, and it literally was a great avenue for me to do this with a colleague of mine, and we literally set up the video, set up the podcast. We cut a podcast. It took probably 2 to 3 minutes to set up. We cut a 15-minute podcast, and we were done while we're on fire, while we were hot to get it done. Good inspiration. We said, bang, let's do it. So the second thing we have to do is make sure that we've always got ourselves set up to do what needs to be done. All right, it's not ideal to be running around trying to get a pen from a bar and doing that, like I said before. It's so much more ideal if you've got something in place ready to go. Now, I'm not saying you've got to go out and every time you go out to dinner, you've got to take your big iPad or carry a big MacBook Pro under your armpit and that, just in case, because Jay said, I might have to type some emails out. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just give yourself an avenue to make sure that you can get creative when you need to. If inspiration hits, make sure that you've got, if you don't, it's not a major drama. But I find it works so much better, and it's so much more comforting if I know that at a drop of a hat, I can grab what I need to be most efficient and effective, such as right now. It was 1:45 in the morning. I realized I wanted to get this quick couple of minutes of work done, but I wanted to cut a podcast about this exact topic. So I literally jumped out of bed. I went across to my bag. I knew that in my bag I had my little video recorder, which I haven't got running this time around. I've got my audio device and lapel mic, got my phone. I literally grabbed those, plug, turned it on. Within about 30 seconds, I'm operational. I can get my thoughts processes going, get things organized, and then it's done and dusted. And then tomorrow, or in this case, it's nearly 1 o'clock, so later today, I'm going to simply plug that straight in and send it to my team to get it all done and organized from there. It just means we can capitalize and be more efficient and effective at the time. So I would be suggesting, I know there's a lot of you guys, a lot of my clients will have different gimbals. You know, they might have a big gimbal with a stretchable arm, or they might have a little lapel mic to get better audio on, etc. Maybe it's making sure you've got the right app nearby, so you can use like a Spark app to do something in place that way. It might even just be, a pen and paper. It doesn't really matter what it is. It is making sure that you've got whatever it is that you need, so when inspiration hits, you can actually get that work done. It's short, it's sharp, it's effective. There's nothing worse than trying to grab a napkin with a pen from, a greasy pen from the bistro type of thing and scribbling something down and moving forward with that. So they're the two tips, guys. One is, when inspiration hits, make sure you capitalize. Don't suppress it. Allow your thoughts to expand and open up, because it's a really great way to get some powerful stuff happening. Get it down so you don't forget it, so you don't lose that absolute gold, because that's when it happens. It's when you're least expecting it, some of those brilliant avenues will come forward. So we need to be able to capitalize. And number two, make sure that we have the right parameters in place to lock that away. Maybe it's having the gimbal or the video nearby. Maybe it's having the iPad nearby to be able to scribble thoughts down in a particular note or template. Maybe it's the audio device. Whatever it happens to be, make sure you can capitalize on it then and there on the spot. Don't just leave it on a napkin either. Take a picture of it on your phone so you've got it there for safekeeping. Save it to the cloud. Get your VA team to start, your reception team, etc. Start working on those things straight away. All right, so be efficient, be effective. They're the two things. Now, guys, it's just getting towards 1 o'clock. I'm going to go and grab literally my iPad, write these couple of things down about this fantastic avenue, not opportunity, it's a fantastic avenue that I want to explore. I reckon 3 or 4 minutes of gold right now is going to be fantastic, and then I'm going to go back to bed. So I'll talk to you guys soon. And just remember, when inspiration hits, delve in, dive deep, make it happen. And second of all, make sure you've got the catalyst to be able to make that as efficient and effective as possible. So until next time, guys, I'm going to go and enjoy Port Douglas. I'm going to go and get some more sleep, and I'm going to talk to you guys soon. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.